In Christianity, we always talk about following Jesus. And especially at this time of year towards Easter, we're actually looking at Jesus' path, the path he followed. And this year, that's actually our theme for Easter 2026 is the path of Jesus. What did he actually do? What did he feel on his way to his own death and resurrection and glorification? Now, I'm Pastor Micah. If you guys don't know who I am, here from Grand Rapids Evangelical Free Church in Grand Rapids, Minnesota. And in keeping with that theme, we thought it would be an important time to travel together in a practice known as the Stations of the Cross. Now, you might know the Stations of the Cross or have heard of it as a more Catholic or traditional practice, but it actually has roots tracing all the way back to the 4th century. As pilgrims would go to the Holy Land, disciples would literally walk the path in Jerusalem that Jesus had traveled from Palm Sunday to Easter Sunday, that path of death and life and glory. Now, according to tradition, by the 14th century, there was a Franciscan order that began to put images on the actual places, 14 images specifically, along that route. And those images were then kind of given to the churches at large that they could put into their different sanctuaries. In fact, actually having gone to Northwestern and St. Paul, you can see these images even now in Naz Chapel. They have them embedded in the marble on the sides of the walls. But a few years ago, actually about 30 years ago, Pope John Paul II decided to take these stations and give them more of a scriptural base. There were many of the Stations of the Cross that people had some issue with because they weren't all right out of Scripture. Well, Pope John Paul II, changed that with what he called the Way of the Cross, which was a meditation on these 14 stations, but making sure that they were all biblically cited and were able to come right out of Scripture. So this Holy Week, this year, what we're going to do is we're going to travel through these stations, this Way of the Cross, twice a day by video. Monday through Saturday, we will send out a short video highlighting one or two of the Stations of the Cross, one in the morning and one in the evening. And this time we encourage you to read the scriptures beforehand. During our time together, it'll just be a very brief meditation, prayer, reflection, just a way for you twice a day, each day leading up to Easter, to just reflect on what Jesus did for you and for I and his obedience to the Father on his path to death and life and glory.